Hi everybody, my name is Max Kitchings. I'm with Team Throwmore and I wanted to show you what is in my bag. I'm using the Prodigy BP1 V2. Really like this bag, mostly because of the huge side pockets. Can easily fit a flannel or a jacket in there for me, or more discs. The bag straps are very comfortable. They distribute weight very evenly across my back, even when the side pockets are full, with two full canteens in them. Super comfortable. My favorite bag I've had so far. Okay, first up, let's go with the putting putters. I carry two 0 medium Mercies. Really like the Mercy. It fits really well in my hand. I'm trusted a lot. It's not too stable, not flippy. Has a decent amount of glide and just goes straight, which is a really nice thing to have when putting. It's just a straight flight out of it. Then I've got my approach putter. This is my jump putt, technical backhand shot putter. It's a little beat up. James Conrad 2019 Tour Series AVR. When I first got this disc, it was really overstable. Now it's beaten into pretty straight. Can get 70 to 80 feet out of a jump putt with it pretty easily. I also like to throw it off tee on hole 2 at Warriors Path, taking the big Anheuser route. Really like this. Highly recommend those. The next would be my favorite disc. Carry 4 of them. It's the Infinite Disc Tomb. I can throw the Tomb on a huge variety of shots, whether it's Anheuser, straight shots, Heiser shots. I'll throw it anywhere from hole 7 at Warriors to hole 10 at Warriors to even hole 13 at Warriors, which is not too many discs I've thrown can do that. This is my most beat up one. If I throw it on a little bit of Heiser with a lot of power, I can get a little bit of right drift out of it. If you've played with me any, this is probably the Tomb you've seen me throw. Then the more stable I-blend Tomb that I have, I call it my Messy Tomb. Got this off of Dan and Mike Messersmith. Thank you all so much for this one. That's my stable Tomb. And then look how beautiful this thing is. Splatter S-blend Tomb. This is the straightest Tomb that I have currently. Love this for shots like holes 9 and 10 at Sugar Hollow. Just goes dead straight. No left or right. Doesn't turn, doesn't fade. Just on a beeline the entire time. And then because I suck at playing in the rain, I have a DX Tomb that I use for when I'm having grip issues. I've currently not thrown it yet. I literally just keep it in my bag for when it's going to rain. And then, if I need a putter shot but I can't do it with a Tomb, I'll go to a BT Hard Harp. I use this for holes like hole 2 at Wing Deer to either pin position. Just something with some consistent fade at the end. And when I do have to do a sidearm approach shot, this is the most comfortable disc in my hand compared to the other overstable putters. Now on to the mids. Start with my most stable. I carry a 2019 Luster Champion Scott Withers Gator. The Gator is one of those discs that you never know when you're going to need it, but when you need it, it's nice to have it in your bag. Great utility disc, super consistent, doesn't ever do anything stupid. It's just an all-around good disc. Next is the Glow Sea-Line MD4. This is straight to overstable. I can get quite a bit of distance out of it with still a good consistent finish. I throw it on holes like hole 14 at Harmon Hills. Just goes out, dumps to the left, easy 3 every single time I throw it on that hole. Really, really good disc. And then probably my favorite mid-range is the Prodigy M4. This M4 is really flat, as you can see. This is my most understable one. Throw this on holes like hole 1 at Harmon Hills. It's very, very trustworthy, even though it's very understable. I trust it to be understable. This is just one of those discs you don't have to think about when you throw. You just get there and throw it. It's 90% of the time it's an excellent shot. Love the M4. And when I need a little bit more stable M4, I have the Kelviska M4. This is a domey run. It's a little bit more stable. I throw this on holes like hole 4 at Wing Deer to the white pin. Just throw it flat and let it drift out there, and usually get pretty easy too. Next is my true fairway drivers, my 7/8 speeds. My favorite fairway driver is the Glow Champion T-Bird. This is the Tim and Donna run. I absolutely love this run. I had another one of these that I lost at the Blue Monster tournament. This is a newer one that I got off of Justin Jennings. Thank you so much for this. This one's money. I absolutely love it. If I need maximum control distance, usually go into a T-Bird. I can throw T-Bird better than I can most distance drivers. Really, really love the T-Bird. This tends to come out on more open holes, not as much wooded for some reason. When I have room to work, this one in particular comes out, and when it's a little bit more wooded or lower lines, I like to throw the Ricky Wysocki Champion T-Bird 3. This is like that Timadonna T-Bird, or this is the closest stock thing I've had fly like that, but it's a bit faster and a bit less stable. Really good disc. If you haven't tried this run of T-Bird 3s, I highly recommend it. Next up is my 2019 Tour Series Jennifer Allen T-Bird. I throw this on holes like hole 6 at wing deer to the left pin, white basket. This is really good for those straight, consistent hyzer shots. This, in my mind, is like the perfect T-Bird. If you've never thrown a T-Bird, you really, really need to try T-Bird. These are really good runs. And when I need something with a little bit straighter finish than the T-Bird, I'm going with the Color Glow C-Line FD Night Strike 2. Throw this on holes like hole 17 at Harmon Hills. Just goes dead straight with a lot of power. No left to right movement at all. Just a little bit of hyzer, pop up, dead straight. Really love this disc. If you haven't tried one, you need to. Next up is my 9-speeds. I carry 5. My most understable is a disc you've probably never heard of. It's a Diamond Spear. This one's a 166. It's super flippy. I throw it on holes like hole 7 at wing deer going to the white pin. I can put on a touch of hyzer over those trees and know this one turn right. Utility shot. I will use it for sidearm because I don't have a very strong sidearm. Also, it's really good in the woods when you're in trouble, which I get into a lot. This disc has saved me many strokes. Really love the Gateway Spear. And then I've got a little bit of overlap here. First up is the Quantum Draco. If you've not tried this disc, you really need to. This is like the common man's Firebird, in my opinion. It doesn't have as much finish as like the Nate Sexton Firebirds, but is still consistent, overstable, is throwable. I'm not saying if beginners should go out and get this disc, but really consistent. If you have some power, you're going to love the Draco. I like to use it for flex shots. It doesn't get me max distance out of flex shots, but it's maximum control in a flex shot. And then when I do need maximum distance in a flex shot, I have the Desreading Fire Chicken Firebird. Such a cool stamp. This is the only one of these I have ever seen. I believe it's in Jolly Launcher plastic, and it's quite domey for a Firebird, which allows me to get maximum distance out of a flex shot with this. I really like throwing flex shots, and this is my go-to for the most part. I throw this on holes like hole 6 at Warrior's Path to the left pin. Just put it on flex and let it do its thing. Then my sidearm disc is the Tournament X Prototype Nico Castro Longbowman. This is not as overstable as I had actually thought it was going to be. If I put it on flex, it actually just hits a hold and land flat. I can get a decent sidearm out of it when I do need those technical overstable sidearms. Really like this disc. If you're going to try one of the Nico discs, I highly recommend this one. And then I have the 500 FX2. This is an interesting disc because I think it has more turn than the Firebird or that Draco, but it also has more fade than that Firebird and Draco. It reminds me kind of a faster Eagle almost. Really like this disc. Fits really well into my hand, and it's very consistent. It's got a lot of glide despite not being overly domey. If you've not tried one of these, this was designed by Chris Dickerson. Go out, support him, and try one of these. Next up, and last of all, is the distance drivers. I carry 5 distance drivers. VIP Boatman. I feel like not enough people bag these. This is basically an 11-speed T-Bird. It goes dead straight, like just dead straight, holds whatever line you put it on for the most part, and has a consistent fade at the end. I throw it on holes like hole 18 at Harmon Hills. I'll throw it on a flex up over the hill and let it fight back, and usually can land close to the flat part. Have a look for a 3, but I usually get a 4 on that hole. This is probably the disc I've had in my bag the longest out of everything here. absolutely love the Boatman. Then I've got my go-to distance driver is the 2019 Philo Tour Series Destroyer. Really love this. This is in a softer Star Glow blend. Fits really well in my hand. It just goes exactly where I want it to. It doesn't fade too much, doesn't turn hardly at all. It just goes straight and then dumps left like a destroyer should, in my opinion. This was my go-to last season. Really like it. I can get a lot of distance out of it without sacrificing too much control. And then I've got a Lunar Quantum Commemorative Edition Scorpius that pretty much flies the exact same as that Philo Destroyer. This is really in here for when I want to practice another shot. That's about it. And then I've got my Sirius Greg Barsby Signature Series Scorpius. That's the most stable distance driver I have. I throw it on hole 1 at Warriors. I go up the middle on a flex shot and will let it fight back and can just about always get past that last tree and have a putt. Always miss the putt, but I can get a putt. That's better than, you know, hitting a tree and going OB or going down to 17's basket. Super consistent disc. If you like destroyer disc and you've not tried a Scorpius, you need to go out and get you a Scorpius. Probably not going to disappoint you. Really love it. It fits really well in my hand as well. That nice sticky star plastic as well. And then last of all, this is not really ever used in tournaments that much, but is a really fun disc. It's a Jolly Launcher stabilized Mamba. It flies less like a Mamba and more like a beat up Wraith, in that I can hyzer flip it, get it to turn and whatnot, but it usually will almost always fade back unless you put it on some turn. I can get a lot of distance out of this thing, but I don't have a clue where it's going. It's also really nice for some weird technical sidearm shots. It has come out a few times in a tournament when I've been in deep trouble, and that's about it. Or if I'm just goofing off. This is a really fun disc, and I think everybody needs to have a fun disc in their bag. This is mine. So I think that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. I have also asked the other members of Team Throwmore to do an in bag, so hopefully they'll do theirs for too long. And I'm not the only person who's done one. Again, thank you all for watching, and remember to throw more.